But you guys want to get to One Piece?
Let's do it.
Sweet. So, guys, we have One Piece episode 1065. This is a mouthful. The destruction of the Alliance. Fire up the will of the new generation. Holy shit. As the raider, as the
Onigashima.
As the Onigashima raid carries on, Captain Kidd, Law, and the other raiders are growing a little bit weary and tired. So Big Mom starts to get a little disrespectful, and it does cost her in this episode. But before all that, the episode opens up with Raizo completely on fire, but stoic Raizo and Odin's retainers. He's not releasing the paralyzing jutsu, and he's just kind of sticking it out. It was a little short scene, but I always like seeing that type of thing out of Odin's retainers. They're very, very stoic. I think they're really cool that way. Sometimes it's funny because they'll pretend like they're not hungry or something like that, and their stomach will be growling. But this was actually a little bit more serious. Him holding that pose, just standing in the middle of some flames, willing to go down with the ship. One thing I didn't like about this episode, it kind of switched to Chopper after this on like the performance floor. He went back to his normal form in like a snap. What did y'all have any thoughts about that, or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give Oda a pass on this one just because like how many forms for Chopper does he have now? Like 9, 8, whatever it's at. Like he doesn't need to animate another one, It's magic. It's the magic power of the Rumble Ball, dude. Leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he would like get better over time, or he would like say, "Oh, well, at least I'm starting to feel better," instead of just like snapping back to normal Chopper. But I get what you're saying.
I guess too, if you think about it though, when he went from monster form to normal Chopper, it's not like he just like magically like slowly transformed. It's always just been like a poof.
I mean, yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing where he just poofed back to normal because he's a fucking who knows what the fuck's going on with the Hito no Mi,
Yeah, I thought it was. I just thought it was a little odd. But then Chopper starts to worry about Zoro because they gave him that medicine that heals him up for a period of time. They got that from the island of Zo, their technology, but then he gets doubly as injured afterwards. And we got a really interesting scene out of that. Zoro's on the side of the building, Onigashima, and is like bleeding out pretty heavily, big pool of blood, and he fucking meets the Reaper boys. That kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Dan. Was this in the manga?
Oh yeah, this was heavily talked about in the manga. This was heavily talked about, like in the One Piece community.
So I just didn't remember. I was like, bro, what's going on here? Is this new? But
no, so
it's been a while.
There was a lot of consideration of, is this in Zoro's head or is this literally happening?
Yeah.
And once you kind of watch an animated, you're like, oh, okay, like the scenery changed. This is all in his fucking head. Zoro's just lost so much blood. He's delirious.
Right.
So that's what that scene was. I mean, it like, because when it was in the manga, it didn't have all of like, obviously there's no color changes in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like showed a giant ass Grim Reaper in the background. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? But the fact that they animated it with like all the like the figure coming together and becoming the Reaper, essentially, it was like, okay, this is in his head. We're good. We know what's going on now.
Yeah.
It's still wild nonetheless, though.
Yeah, I think it kind of looked like Brook to me, and I thought it was that funny that way because it's a skeleton man. So how many different ways you gonna draw it? But I was like, hey, here's Brook. He thinks Brook's coming for him.
The Reaper's just up there with the scythe. Yo ho ho ho!
Oh, you beat me to it.
May I see your panties?
Same old shit from our man. But yeah, after that, we kind of went to another pretty crazy scene. It jumped around a lot this episode. There was like no main focus, it didn't seem like. And we saw another one of Odin's retainers, Izo, struggling. He gets stabbed in the abdomen and is also bleeding out. Everybody's tiring out pretty quickly. It seems like he's been beaten and stabbed, and then he runs into CP0. And they're like, you know what? Normally we just kill you. But let's meet another time. We got some things we need to do ourselves, and I'm sure we'll run into you at some point. We will be coming after you. You've committed a lot of crimes. But Izo says, "Hey man, I need to talk to you for a second. Y'all got a moment?" And they turn around and like, "What do you want?" And then it like cuts away. So I'm really interested to see what they're talking about and what he wants to know. I know
I,
you guys probably know, but that's a really big cliffhanger for me.
I don't think it's so much as he wants to talk about something. He just knows that he just put his life on line to kind of help Straw Hat and them,
Mhm.
and he can't just let CB0 just walk past him without trying to stop them because they're going after Straw Hat. So what kind of man would he be from the Whitebeard pirates? And Odin's retainers if he just let them walk past him without trying to stop them. So
Interesting. Okay, I thought he was gonna ask them some questions about
no,
something.
he gonna ask them some questions. All right, ask them to stand their ass down, get back to where
Okay,
they belong.
Yeah,
gotcha.
if the question he's going to be asking is the from the gun in his left hand and the gun in his right, we might be getting those kind of questions. I honestly don't remember.
I don't either, but
So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Izo is just, dude, he's a fucking badass.
Yeah, he's on his last legs, and he's trying to solo these fucking guys, and they're no joke. We've seen it.
Definitely. And from there, this was like Bass said, this is an episode that bounces around a lot. It's kind of one of the, I don't want to call it a filler episode because it's obviously not filler,
it's
but it
like
was
what
like,
we seen the other day. We like kind of like recapping shit,
yeah, I wouldn't even
or
say
catching
recapping. There's
up,
just so many parts of
checking.
the story that you need to progress. And without there's just not enough for like an entire episode or chapter on it. So they're just bouncing around.
Yeah,
From there, we move on to the scene with Yamato finally making it to the armory. And you'll never guess who else makes it there. It's obviously Kanzenbo, the giant ass fire spirit thing mabob, Orochi's or the Orochi's will, I guess if you want to call it. And Yamato with her ice abilities just basically freezes the entire armory. So that was pretty much all that happened there. Like she starts going at it with Kanzenbo, but nothing, no closure there. Did you
Yeah,
guys like that scene?
I wasn't sure about what she was gonna do once she got down there, so that was cool to see. I didn't know she could just like free shit. To be
yeah.
honest, yeah.
Well, we knew she had ice powers because I think we talked about it on our Devil Fruit episode, and I think I said something about it a little while ago about what she gonna do. Like, is she gonna use her ice powers to stop it? But it's not gonna stop it for long, though. It's just gonna melt it. I feel like so.
Yeah, well, wet bombs don't blow up like dry bombs do. So,
I
That's
mean,
true.
it's still gonna blow up though.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's
I mean, with the size of Kinzenbo and the heat that thing can put off, I mean, it should flash dry everything pretty quick. But
That's what I was. Yeah, I was just about to go down that lane, but we'll have to see what happens. They did like leave us on a cliff with that one.
But I'm pretty sure Yamato she can use hockey. Yeah, she's like a very advanced hockey user,
yeah,
right?
Yes.
she has Conqueror's hockey.
Hmm.
So she went after it with her bat. So I'm pretty sure she would be able to make contact with it, right? You would think with hockey.
I don't know because it's not a Logia. So in that sense, I don't remember. I have no
Yeah,
clue how she beats this thing.
yeah. I don't remember either. Well, I do actually. So
Thank you for not spoiling us.
yeah, I'm not gonna say though. I remember though.
But yeah, we also got a little scene with Jinbei helping some of the samurai out, basically telling them to get out of the fire, go that way. It's not on fire over there. Jinbei's standing pretty close to the fire, though. Him being a fisherman, I would thought that since he's of the sea, maybe he would be a little more weak to fire, but I guess not.
I feel like he should be. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's not wet, so I don't know. You put fish near fire, they cook, in my opinion.
Right. And
Well,
like if you're a fish man, you're supposed to be in like water, and if you're in fire, I feel like with like any other like marine animal, even like marine mammals, they as soon as they get out of the water, they're on a timer. Their
Well,
skin needs to be at least like somewhat moist.
yeah, not with fishermen though. Fishermen have lungs; they can breathe air, so they're like
So
they're a
so do
hybrid.
dolphins.
To be fair though,
To be fair.
to be
I
fair
mean,
though,
I don't know. There's fishermen that are on pirate ships all the time, so like they're not just jumping in the water for no reason unless they have to fight. So I don't know.
Jinbei, he does pull water out of the air, quite a bit, does he not?
He
So
does.
maybe he's like keeping himself cool, like in like a coat of water in
See, but
those
that's my whole point.
situations.
Is like when you're that close to flames and there's flames everywhere, there is no water in the air.
Well, if he can just pull it out of the air at any time, then why,
But
why not now?
if there's a fire, it vaporizes all the water in the air into steam.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I think he should be getting hurt.
That's why you see like if you see like very white smoke at a fire, it's because the wood is releasing all the steam from it.
Yeah, but maybe he's got some like in his pocket or something, bro. You never know. It's Jinbei, bro. He's number 3, right?
Yeah, he's number 3. So maybe he's just a badass, and that's all we need to leave that at. But we come up to probably the most important. I don't want to sidebar that any further because we don't fucking know. But we do come up to the biggest part of the episode, I think, and we see Big Mom going at it with Kid and Law again. And Big Mom got a little cocky. She had him KO'd. Their crews were going to come in and try and support them. And Big Mom just laughs like, what the fuck are you going to do? You guys are weak. And says, I'm going to go to the roof. And me and Kaido are going to finish off Straw Hat. And that kind of brings out some new determination from Kid and Law. And I mean, especially from Kid. Because Kid doesn't give a fuck about Luffy in the sense of, it's not like him and Law, or with Law and Luffy, they have like a great relationship.
Right.
Kid and Law are just there in an alliance because they're like, hey, we have a common goal. And honestly, Kid wants to take down Kaido. He doesn't want Luffy to do it. But I think he kind of understands the situation and says, like, we can't let you get there. And we get, Law coming out with his awakened devil fruit again using the old Kroom. And Shock Willie's that bitch again. So that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool scene. I thought it was like more like Kid just didn't want to get disrespected like that. And then Law was actually trying to help Luffy is how I took it. Because if somebody just like in the middle of you fighting them is like, yeah, bro, you ain't got it, and just walks away, you'd be like, yo, what the fuck? So that's what I thought he was. That's the timing I thought he was on.
Especially with someone with an ego like Kid has, bro. His ego's huge,
100,000% right there. A lot of people didn't like Big Mom as a Yonko. Back in Whole Cake Island, I thought she was really cool. I thought she kind of like fit her environment and like who she was supposed to be. But now kind of seeing her fight again and like kind of just turning her back without finishing an enemy, I'm starting to like not like her as like a character, right?
I mean, she's cocky though.
She's
That's
cocky,
who she is.
but like we've seen her kill people for damn near nothing. Why would she not finish off her opponent now other than for plot?
You said the magic 4-letter word.
Sorry, Goda.
The magic 4-letter word. That's what it is. I mean, but in a sense, if she thought they were knocked out, I mean, like, you really gonna kill someone they're knocked out when it's like pirates and pride and stuff like that? So I don't know.
She's a fucking pirate. Yeah, bro. Yeah, she would. That's right up her alley. She's cruel as shit.
That's true.
The only thing I can see is maybe, she, like you said, knocked them out, and she was like, well, while they're, down here just laying around, I'm gonna go up here and help Kaido since he hasn't finished his business yet. And if we can, kill Luffy, then we can stop all this shit. We can just nip it in the bud, So I feel like that's other than plot. I feel like that could be a reasoning behind her decisions.
But yeah, it's leading us to a very exciting episode, which is why we're getting a break next week, is because they're going to put a lot of time and effort into this episode, which is why there is a delay, or they already have. So this is why there's a delay. And I would like to bring up a few things about the next episode. This is actually going to be the first episode of a Japanese anime ever directed by an American animator. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh,
no, did not. That's news to me.
And he hyped it up on Twitter, and he had a tweet, and it was basically, what was it? Just to be clear, that means for one episode, I am in charge of the auras, their size, their color, rainbow if I want it, anything at all. And then you said about a whole like evil laugh after that. So I think we're going to see some pretty colors in the next fight. I know we haven't been a big fan of the auras, but if it's anything like that last scene we had with Big Mom and Kid in Law where they had the crazy colors on it, I'm here for that.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was damn near a steal shot. And I was cool with that. But when it gets to the point where you can't really tell what's going on, like with that Luffy and Kaido fight, I think it was a couple of months ago now. I don't like that. I don't think many people did. But yeah, if you can just give her some cool colors and make it look good at the same time, I'm 100% with that shit.
Definitely. But I'm very excited to see an anime produced by an American. That's a first, and that'll be really exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
As Americans.
Especially for an episode of this caliber, bro. Like it's, I'm really expecting a lot out of this one. So
yeah, make us proud. Make us proud.
Awesome. Is that all we got for One Piece?
Like he said, we are getting a break. I think it's actually a recap. I thought it was a break, but at the end of the episode, they said recapping big fights next week. So it's probably gonna be like a Zoro, pre-Zoro kind of thing going on. So
it'll be a recap of Kid in Law. Okay.
Probably. It said recapping big fights, blah 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 at the end. So
all right.
But no worries. But awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out for this week's weekly rundown. If you guys are watching these shows, let us know in Discord at linktree.com/animedegens to find our Discord and all our socials.